evening.
Well, good evening. This is CTV News for Friday, April 6th. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, in light of recent school shootings, educators and politicians have been trying to figure out what to do to keep kids safer, as well as teachers. Now, a bill in Annapolis would require resource officers or police coverage for every public school. It was proposed after the shooting at Great Mills High School in St. Mary's County. The Senate gave final approval to the measure yesterday, and a version now goes to the House of Delegates. We spoke with the president of the Prince George's County's Teachers Union for her opinion on it.
I think there's going to be some modifications to that bill, but I think it's really important that we understand the importance of safety in the schools and making sure that our children are safe, and also adding other resources so that we're looking at investing in restorative practices and mental health for our students, and also looking at other means to keep our students safe. There are several bills in Annapolis that they're debating right now. The buttstock rifles, which those weapons of mass destruction really have no place in the hands of somebody who's mentally ill. So we have to look at the whole package of everything, and we have to look at what resources we have available. To put an armed resource officer in every school is a very expensive proposition. And there are several other components to this bill which include other pieces to it that it's really kind of a moving target at this point. But I am glad that they are trying to do something to make sure that our students are safe.
Well, the original bill required resource officer or police coverage only for high schools, but the amendment that narrowly passed Thursday expanded it to all schools.
And the bill making its way through Annapolis targets education in Prince George's County. The measure would take the selection of CEO of schools, board chair, and vice chair out of the hands of the county executive and give responsibility to the school board. The bill stops short of calling for a fully elected school board, which some had hoped for.
It was a compromise, and I know right now that was one of the bills that we had the opportunity to vote for, and I thought that was very important that we take some of that power away and also create some balance on the board. It also changed the number of votes it took to reverse the decision of a CEO. So I thought all of that was important in returning some of the power to the elected members of the board, and that was the one bill that we had the opportunity to vote for, and I was proud to support it.
If that measure passes, it will go into effect October 1st. Well, the health care measure that passed in the House in Annapolis would create a drug cost commission in Maryland. The 5-member board appointed by Senate and House leaders would analyze prescription drug price information and make recommendations to the General Assembly on how best to contain the cost of prescription drugs.
Well, last year, Maryland made history by being the first state in the country to ban price gouging by manufacturers of generic and off-patent drugs. This builds on that progress by creating a new commission that will look at exactly what Marylanders can do to make all prescription drugs more affordable. And it also, this year, Maryland passed a ban on the gag rule by which pharmacists are not permitted to tell people about lower-priced drugs. This is a great couple of years for making prescription drugs more affordable in Marylanders.
DeMarco says he's hopeful the bill will pass in the Senate as well.
Police are asking for the community's help in finding 12-year-old Adrian Hawkins. He was last seen in the 6800 block of Walker Mill Road in Capitol Heights. Hawkins is about 5'1" and weighs around 100 pounds. He was wearing a black jacket with a red sweater, blue jeans, and red and white Jordans. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact 301-699-2601. Well, a county police captain is facing forgery charges. Thomas Hart has been suspended without pay after state police charged him with 2 counts of felony forgery. This after he allegedly fraudulently signed a withdrawal check on an account he shared with his ex-wife. Officials say Hart has been under an internal affairs investigation for a separate matter since January.